Hi everybody, my name is Jackie. I just completed my first Mock 1 interview demo with VIPKID. Literally just finished it minutes ago. I wanted to give you feedback on how I felt it went. First of all, it goes insanely fast. You have an hour with the mentor. And what they do is they do a little bit of talking at the beginning, making sure you understand the process, and then they have you do the first X lesson. You have 15 minutes to do it. They won't interrupt to correct you. They'll just let you run the full 15 minutes. And if you get through in 15 minutes, perfect. If you don't, they stop you right at 15 minutes. Like, they set a timer. It is like legit. There's no messing around. Then they give you feedback. My mentor had me go back in the slides and gave me feedback on each slide that I needed support on. And I mean, even kind of some not nitpicky things, but really honing in on areas that I could improve on. So that was good. I mean, I didn't feel like he was giving me a hard time. I felt like he was giving me some legit good feedback. Then we did the second part, which is the My Country component, and you have 10 minutes. So in the first section, I finished 6 seconds early. So he gave me those 6 seconds. So I had 10 minutes and 6 seconds on the second part. I did not get through the second part. There is so much stuff in there. I don't know how anybody does get through it and feels like they did a good job. Because they are making mistakes along the way so that they can see that you do correct them. God bless you if you get through all 10 slides in 10 minutes, because there's a lot more going into it. And then you do feedback after that as well, and as well as follow-up, like next steps. If you pass, what you would be getting. You'll get an email, and that email will tell you going forward what you're going to be doing. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that and, give other people more information, because I watched a lot of videos on YouTube to get ready for my mock one, and I felt like I still had a lot of questions. Like, I wasn't quite sure of the structure, like what it exactly would look like. So it's nice because you don't just hit the ground running. You do have a few minutes to talk, then you do your 15 minutes, then you get evaluated on that, again specifically for that 4 to 5 year old, and then you do your 10 minutes, and then you get feedback specifically for your older intermediate students, what how you were doing with that age group. So it was really good. He was excited with my props. I mean, I had my reward system. I found this little counting bugs jar online. I printed it up. I used some painter's tape so it was easy to stick on and off. I had my little bugs lined up along the edge of my table so they were quick to pull off. I actually went through, because you do get the slides in advance to study and prepare for them. So I went through, you guys, no joke, I have so many things. I print them all up in color. I have the flags. I have some of the symbols. I didn't print all of them out, but I have some of them. I printed out their actual, X's from the screens, or from the slides. The fox, the ox. Big and small X. Small was the word that I used little, and that was one point of feedback. He said VIPKID does use small, not little. So, I mean, I'd heard that, but I'd also heard people say little in some videos, so I guess I didn't realize that there really was a preference. And I helped to use these on the slide where the game where they're flipped. So then as they would say them, I would hold it up. Yeah, X, fox, ox. mocks. We just did the top slide row, and that was fine. He didn't say anything about me not completing that, but I did get feedback that other slides you have to do everything. So when you're doing, big L, little L, or small L. See, I keep wanting to say little. Big L, little L, oh, and then you connect them. And so that was important to get through all 4-letter pairings and sounds, to really use those target sentences on the first, where did I put it? On one of the first, the warm-ups, it had what was on it? Now I'm trying to think. I just went through so much, my brain kind of fried. Like tongue and elbow and robot. I only went through a few of them because I was worried about time, and I had heard other people say that, you can only do, you don't have to do them all, do a few to show that you know it. He said you have to do all of them. So I don't know if I'm going to get marked down for that. We'll see. Like I said, I got done 15 minutes ago. And he said, for those slides, you want to make sure you're saying like, what do you see? And then you can circle it so like they don't have to know, really cutting out the incidental language. So I was like, what is this? And he's like, yeah, you don't want to say that. Like, what do you see, using the TPR? And you could circle tomato. And then if they say tomato, no, don't say no. Say, I see a tomato. Have them repeat. But really, what do you see? I see a, or an, and then whatever it is. And that's really all you need to do for those slides. So I think I kind of worked that one up in my head. That one was pretty basic. For the drawing a line for the letters and the sounds, big L, small L. You can circle the big L, circle the small L, and then you can demonstrate drawing a line. Oh, another thing I would recommend is to have a mouse, like a computer mouse. I did not have one, and my 5-year-old in the mock lesson had no idea what I was talking about. So I said, use your mouse, draw a line. And he just stared at me. I'm like, use your mouse, draw a line. And then I did an example, and then he held up his mouse. And then I, showed again, I demoed again on the screen. But I would have liked to have a mouse, even if I don't use it. I use my trackpad just fine. But that would be a good idea. So if your 5-year-old doesn't know what a mouse is, you can hold it up to show them, like, use this to draw a line. That would be good. So, that's kind of like the big feedback I got, was really hitting those sentence structures that they provide hard. Like, they really don't, especially for the lower level one that you do initially, they don't want really any incidental language. And then once you get into the my country one, they do want more language. You can ask questions of the student. When you're doing the Chinese flag slide and you're discussing it's a flag, you could say, what is this? Oh, it's a flag. Whose flag is this? Those types of questions, because you're assuming that the student has had 4 or 5 years of English language instruction at that point. So they really can express more. So they want you to ask one extra question that digs a little bit deeper into the slide. So yeah, I will let you guys know as soon as I get my results. And if I have to do the mock too, I will give you feedback on that. I hope you guys do great. If you have any questions, just put a comment down below and I will get to it. Thanks.